Do you spend time focusing on what went wrong? What you didn't achieve? How tired you are? Do you wake up every morning filled with worry and like the day's lost before it's even started? Well, if you do, there's another way. You need to be more Father Christmas. Welcome aboard, folks, to the Annoyingly Optimistic Show, the go-to destination for the savviest entrepreneurs and business owners who crave a heady concoction of knowledge, inspiration, and a sprinkling of humour. I'm your host, Paul Inskip, here to accompany you on this exhilarating journey through the world of business. Together, we'll venture into the fascinating realm of ideas, unravel the mysteries of success, and equip you with hands-on strategies to worry less, make more, and be brilliant. I'd love to hear from you, so please reach out, comment, or message me to share how you've been helped, inspired, or simply got a fresh outlook. Let's embark on this annoyingly optimistic adventure together. And remember, worry less, make more, and be brilliant. Hold on. What's that jingling in your entrepreneurial stocking? It's a Christmas miracle for your business, and it comes in the form of a man in a big red suit. Now put down the humbug. Deck the halls with Be More Father Christmas. Now, let's face it, running a business can sometimes feel like you're on Father Christmas's naughty list. But what if I told you that the reindeer have the power to leap over that negativity in a single bound? Now, let's be real. If Father Christmas focused in on how tired he was, Rudolph's nose wouldn't be the only thing red on Christmas Eve. If he worried about the logistics of delivering all those presents in one night, stockings would remain empty. But no, Father Christmas has got a twinkle in his eye and a ho-ho-ho that could power the northern lights. Now you too can paint a festive picture for your business. What's your North Pole? What gets your sleigh bells ringing? You need to be more Father Christmas. Infuse your business with the kind of excitement that makes you want to jump out of bed like a kid on Christmas morning. And remember, Father Christmas doesn't do it alone. He's got elves, reindeers, Mrs. Christmas. Surround yourself with a team that believes in the magic of your mission as much as you do. There's no I in Toy Workshop. Now, Be More Father Christmas isn't just advice. It's a festive recipe for joy, passion, and a dash of magic in your business. Now, for those of you whom Christmas isn't your favourite holiday, then don't tune out. Picture of your favourite time, something where you were going on holiday, a big birthday, a big celebration. You see, the thing is, we shape the way we see the world and how things happen to us. But let's rewind. Now, for total transparency here, for the last 10 plus years, I have been Father Christmas. But not just any Father Christmas. I've created one of the best Father Christmas experiences in the country. And although this will have little to do with your business, it's actually been one of the best business lessons over the years because I've been lucky enough to have the most honest, harshest, and demanding customer base, children. The experience that I've created developed over a number of years from a simple grotto experience to something that I don't think anyone else in the world does. Now, I will try not to spoil how this is done, but I want to set the scene for these grandiose claims, and hopefully you will start to see why you need to be more Father Christmas. So, it's a few days before Christmas. Children are broken up from school. And by the way, everything I'm about to tell you is what actually happens. This is no fairy tale. 2 children are milling about on a chilly Saturday afternoon. There's a knock at the door. Dad shouts from the kitchen, "Can you go and get that, Tom?" Now, Tom, not usually encouraged to open the door, runs to it. His sister Grace follows in hot pursuit. As they open the door, there in front of them, enveloped in red and white, is a majestic-looking Father Christmas and an elf straight out of the toy shop in a leather apron adorned with baubles and candy canes. Father Christmas booms, "Hello, Tom and Grace, how are you?" Barkley the dog comes bounding towards the door. Father Christmas says, "That must be Barkley." The children's faces are stunned. Not only is Father Christmas and an elf at their door, but he knows the name of the dog as well. Now, eventually, Father Christmas is welcomed in and takes up a prime spot in the lounge, surrounded by the family. The elf coordinates an elfie selfie to send to the North Pole for facial recognition. Father Christmas chats for almost half an hour with Tom and Grace, talks about their achievements, their best friends, their teachers, the goal Grace scored last week, and Tom's crush, even Dad's smelly socks. The children can barely sit still and chat at 2.5 times their normal speed. They open presents, a plate with their names on, and an elf-made biscuits. There are photos, high fives, hugs, and more. As Father Christmas's time there draws to a close, there's just one last thing to confirm, that they are on the nice list. Father Christmas informs the excited pair that Tinsel the elf is on her way from the North Pole and will knock at the door. And as the words leave his mouth, there's a knock at the door. The two run, almost flying to the door, and there is Tinsel, fresh from the North Pole. Even some snowflakes on the oversized felt envelope she hands over, with the strict instructions to pass to Father Christmas. The children scamper back to see Father Christmas, handing over the envelope. The tension is palpable. They sit on the floor, waiting nervously. Father Christmas opens the envelope and slowly pulls out a certificate, a naughty or nice certificate. He reads it slowly, the excitement building, and proclaims the joy that Tom and Grace are indeed on the nice list. As he turns around the certificate, there, next to the handwritten names, is a photo. It's the Elfie selfie right there on the certificate. Tom, Grace, and their parents are dumbstruck. How a picture taken minutes before and almost forgotten, printed on the ornate certificate. Father Christmas rises, hugging and high-fiving Tom, Grace, and the whole family, and he makes his exit to check on the reindeer. The door closes behind him with excited squeals ringing out. Magic lives on for another year in these children, and in their parents too, because magic became real for everyone involved. Now, I could give you a totally different version of that same story, a story that involved 3 people traversing the country, parking up after weeks of meticulous preparation, checking communications, tech, and preparing. 2 approach the house while the 3rd remains behind in the mobile command center for a final comms check before arrival. They're in. Information is relayed seamlessly and at the right time. The 4 pages of experiences, stories, and activities provided by the parents are interwoven with a set of well-rehearsed and prepared activities. A photo is taken and sent without anyone noticing. The mobile command center receives the image and, while continuing to provide the information, sets about firing up the thermal printer to attach that to the certificate. Once it's done, they give the word on the 2-way comms, "I'm outside." The children are sent to the door. The magical certificate is handed over. Comms sign off back to the mobile command center to prepare for the next visit. The 2-person team wraps up and heads out. Comms removed. Prep done. Off to the next destination. A well-oiled and well-drilled team. Now, none of that sounds as exciting, but it's the same story. And that's what underpins this idea of being more Father Christmas. Our thoughts, ideas, attitudes shape our reality. And that's what we have to grasp. Now, to dive in and help you understand this, so how do we do this? How do we be more Father Christmas? Well, start looking at the things that we make very rigid in our business. We have a rigid understanding of how much sleep we need, or how we go about serving certain customers under certain specific circumstances. Well, herein lies the snag. We're unwitting artists tirelessly crafting the very situations that we then proceed to grumble about, rather like endlessly baking a cake we don't even like. Surely a recipe for disaster. Not long ago, fortune sprinkled some pixie dust on me, leading me to an author named Hal Elrod and his twin literary treasures, The Miracle Equation and The Miracle Morning. Now, don't run away and look at them quite yet. Finish the podcast first. I actually read them in reverse order, but I think that worked. And I want to dive into some of the things that we can take from that. Now, Elrod delves deeply into the magic of our capability to mold our reality. Now, I'm not talking about snapping our fingers and reshaping the universe like a certain gem-loving titan. No, this is more about those everyday feats of magic we could pull off, but we usually don't. Elrod also illuminates an intriguing conundrum we humans seem to fall prey to. We focus more on the ogres under the bed, or the negative things that we don't want or don't like, rather than dreaming about the unicorn we'd love to ride, which is the positive things that we do want, unless you don't like unicorns and you like ogres. So, as the saying goes, whether you believe you can or can't, you're right. So you may be wondering what any of this has to do with being more like Father Christmas. Well, you'll be pleased to know it has nothing to do with being a huge Christmas fan or growing a long white beard. but it's about acknowledging the power we have to set the tone of what we do. So let's return to that idea of how much sleep you need. There have been countless studies that show there is no universal, you need X hours of sleep. The studies show that it's different for each person. But what we do is we actively create a situation where we trap ourselves in a reality. Not reality, but a reality. This is where Christmas comes in. So let's say you're part of the 8-hour sleep club. It's a dreary October Tuesday, and you have a busy day tomorrow. You always get up at 7 a.m. and go to bed by 11 p.m. But you've been working late, so it's 12:15. You head to bed, and as you check the alarm and climb into bed, you look again at the clock and say, I'm going to be tired in the morning. I need 8 hours sleep. I won't get that tonight. This is almost the last thing that goes through your mind. Then what happens? The alarm wakes you up at 7 in the morning. And guess what? What is the first thing you think and feel when you wake up? Damn, I'm tired. I didn't get 8 hours of sleep. Now, you may be tired, but you may have also preconditioned yourself before you got to sleep and as soon as you woke up to be tired. But on Christmas morning, when you're off on that holiday or you've got some busy celebration or a day off or something exciting, basically whenever you have something, that exciting thing, you go to bed with that excitement. It's hard to get to sleep because you're so excited. You check the alarm as you have to get up for the airport or start preparing, or Father Christmas will have brought presents. Then what happens? You wake up 3 hours before the alarm, then 1 hour before the alarm, then 30 minutes before the alarm. Heck, you might as well just get up. So you've had much less sleep than normal. And guess what? You leap out of bed like Tom and Grace will on Christmas morning, and with more energy and zip than an elf on caffeine. Now, what's changed? What magical thing was able to disarm the 8-hour rule? What mythical force, what voodoo is at work here? You are the magic. Who went to bed excited? Who is looking forward to the next day with no focus on how much sleep and the negativity of the next day? You changed your perception. You created a scenario that was exciting, positive, energizing. You did that. The power we have to influence our reality and how we react to it isn't something reserved for a jolly fat man, but the magic we all possess. So being more Father Christmas is creating the reality, the excitement, the positive reality that we want to exist in, not the humdrum negativity we default to. Being more Father Christmas isn't about sleep. It's about how we approach our businesses, our customers, and how we need to take responsibility for creating some of the situations we blame on our customers, our competition, and basically everyone else. You see, when we infuse our minds with the negative, they grow and spiral. You tell yourself you're tired before and after bed, so you start the day feeling tired. You then tell yourself it's going to be a long day, and it is. And you say you won't get as much done because you're tired, driving home the fact that you're tired. And guess what? You don't get as much done. We condition ourselves to the reality we tell ourselves. Now, sometimes we are tired, the day is long, and we don't get much done, and 100 other things conspire against us. But our reaction and the story we tell ourselves have a dramatic and profound effect on the way our lives go. How many times do you predicate an interaction with a customer with, I don't like these people, they're always a pain? How much do you create the situation before they even arrive? As if reminding you of the previous bad things is somehow going to help? Now, going in with a positive, even annoyingly optimistic outlook may not make any difference, but it just might. And it certainly won't make it worse. Hal Elrod unravels the layers that are part of this, and I can wholeheartedly recommend the Miracle Equation. But it was this little nugget, this idea and reality of how what we tell ourselves, the picture we paint, directly affects our reality and our perception of it. We shape the world around us, or at least precondition how we react to it before we get there. And almost always, it's in the negative direction. What would happen if you went to bed focusing on the fun things the following day and telling yourself you actually only need 7 hours of sleep? If the first things that you thought about were those positive things before your morning doom scrolling routine begins, what do you think the likely outcome is? I know what it won't be. It won't be worse, but it may well be much better. Now, in business, that tricky customer, that hard situation, what if you reframed them? What if you focused your energy on the positives, the outcome, the change you want to create, the opportunity? Would the situation go differently or better? It most likely would. Why? Because one of you is approaching it differently. So be more Father Christmas. Create a positive story that you can live in. Visualize what you want and how your day is going to look. Focus on the positive things you're looking forward to. Really feel the outcome. And every day could feel like Christmas, minus the sprouts and mince pies. As children, magic is as real as anything else, and our belief makes us happy and shapes our reality. As adults, we let go of this, but it never lets go of us. So create your better reality, one happy thought at a time, and be more Father Christmas. Well, we're at the end of another fun-filled episode of the Annoyingly Optimistic Show. Here's hoping you've found your pot of gold at the end of this rainbow, brimming with insight, inspiration, and ideas to tackle your business dilemmas with a twinkle in your eye and a spring in your step. If you've enjoyed this episode, pass it on. Share the love, leave a review, or reach out and see how we can make your business everything you dreamed it would be. And for a weekly dose of optimism, hop on over to worrylessmakemore.co.uk and sign up for my Worry Less newsletter. Until our next adventure, remember to worry less, make more, and be brilliant.